Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Gary and Tammy here with Crystal Vision Pools, hashtag Cvpoolpros, with another pool school video.
I did absolutely nothing to my hair.
You look fine. Shut up. All right. Now, this video, as you probably saw in the description, I called it add-ons. What the fuck is an add-on? Oh, by the way, this is for Lisa. Sup, fucker? All right. So, what is an add-on? Well, we're about to tell you. And what I do want to say before we even get into what it is, what I want to tell you is we do not do any of this. Okay? Tammy's actually going to read from a couple websites.
Oh, so far I have one.
Well, there's one, but almost all of them are doing it. Okay? We know this for a fact because she's read it on all of her websites. We're going to give you, we're not telling you who it is.
A bunch of them offer packages, and I don't understand.
Yeah, we don't do packages.
I don't understand packages.
We open your pool and do everything. We close your pool and do everything. There's no package. We don't have packages.
Why would I don't understand.
I do also know, because I've worked for a lot of these companies, I can tell you that the packages are very confusing. The way they word them, they're very confusing. I've had a lot of people tell me, one of the companies I worked for, when we used to get out there, they're like, I have no idea what package. I'm like, there was one that was silver, bronze, and gold was one I worked for. Another one was A, B, and C. I think there was a D too, which I don't know what the fuck the D ever was. But the point I'm trying to make here is we are easy. There's no package. We open your pool, we close your pool. No package. We don't, if you don't put a cover on, it's this much. If you don't do this, it's this. We do the whole fucking job. When we open, we take the cover off. Clean the cover the best we can. We fold the cover up. Once it's dry, fold the cover up. Then we open the fucking pool.
Oh,
so
here it was with the spin-ups.
Yeah. So what we're going to talk to you right now about is what an add-on is. We just keep in mind that we do not do this. We do everything. Everything that she's going to talk about that some people add on, we do. It's part of our service. It's part of our opening, part of our closing, and part of our weekly and bi-weekly services. Okay? So an add-on is, and I'm going to let Tammy take this now.
One being cleaning of the grids, cleaning of the cartridges.
This is for closings.
And
we include that.
Those start off at $100.
Extra. Over and above what your normal, go read what they do. Read the actual service. Openings and closings. Just read it right off their website. We're not going to tell you who it is. We don't do that. But guys, this is common knowledge. You can go on to any pool website and read, except for ours because we don't have a website. You can go on to any. There's a reason why we don't list this shit on our Facebook page, because we do it all. There's no reason to list what we do and don't do, because there's nothing we don't do.
And some of them have packages. Whether you do a bottom of the line package, your basic, what's up, Tony? Your basic package, or if you go for the full Monty. And the only difference between for some of them, yeah, for the most part, is the full Monty service includes them putting on your cover.
Read the.
But
check this out.
For basic closings, is you get a filter cleaning, a spot cleaning, and the spot cleaning is for both base and the full Monty.
We vac the whole pool.
Yeah,
no matter what.
We don't ever do a spot.
We don't do a spot. We vac the whole pool. Even if you vacked it the day before, we vac it. Because guess what we do with that? We bring the water level down when we're vacuuming. That's why we vac the pool. Granted, we vac it to clean it too, but we bring the water level down to the level we need by vacuuming the pool. We're killing two birds with one stone. Duh.
And then there's the removal of accessories, winterization of the plumbing and equipment, and closing chemicals.
All of that is included in ours. All of that. Now, they include it here, but...
But if you're getting the full Monty, only then will they put your cover on.
There you go.
A lot of them, and then they add on.
We don't do that. We put the cover on no matter what.
If you have a DE and they clean your grids, that's $100 more. Some of them are $150.
We don't do that. That's included. That's part of our closing.
Some of them...
Part of a closing.
Some of them make the customer...
Bring their water level down.
Lower their water level.
We don't do that because we want to back the pool, so we lower the water.
If they do it, they're adding on more.
Yep. Guys, this is on websites.
If you have any additional, if you have any more than your regular filter and pump, if you have a heater, if you have a cleaner and a cleaner pump, they're adding extra ONS.
Some, not all.
Right.
But we don't.
They're adding extra on for that.
Here's the deal. When you are a new customer and we ask you for your pictures, that's why we're asking for the pictures. We judge that those pictures tell us what the cost is going to be for the amount of time we're going to be there. When we give you a price for opening and closing,
that's the price it's going to be.
That's what it's going to be, and we do everything.
There's no surprises. We had a customer that we helped clean up their pool, and they were told one price, and then lo and behold, they got another bill in the mail that was a totally different price.
From a different company. They told us because we cleaned their pool up, and they said they're actually fighting the bill. They're not paying it.
And they said, what the heck is this?
It was a lot higher, like a couple $100 higher.
Yeah, it was $200 more.
Yeah, there you go. It was $200 more than what they were supposed to be.
They said, what's this for? Oh, well, we did this, and they did not know that one of the customers was actually working from home, and they said...
Her office window faces the pool. She was watching them the entire time.
Your guys came and dumped 2 quarts of something in, took the cover off, folded it up, and got the system running. That's all you did.
I thought they didn't even fold the cover.
No, they folded the cover off.
They did. There was one we had that did not. They pulled the cover off, threw it in the bushes, and left the cover there.
Yes.
That was a long time ago, but yeah.
Some charge to take your cover off.
Yep.
I found anywhere starting from $50 to take it off, up to $100.
Some charge you extra for the chemicals.
Yep.
And there's one or two that say chemical as needed.
Yes.
For openings, which makes 0 sense.
Why you would not put in chemicals at opening or closing is beyond me.
Exactly.
So that
and we even take it one step further than that, and I'm not going to tell you what that is because I'm not giving any of these companies any ideas. Our pools, for the most part, our pools open crystal clear because we take one extra step when we're closing your pool to put something in your pool that will help keep it blue and clear. We take one extra step that we have both figured out over the last many years that it works really, really well. Because 99.9% of it, we have one pool that didn't open blue this year, and that was because of they had a water issue. That's why it didn't open blue. They had a water issue. Oh, and 2 of them didn't because they waited too long to open. We can't help that. But if they would have opened on time, every other pool was crystal clear and blue. Could have jumped in while we were taking the cover off.
And there's some that have, when you do different options, then there's additional optional add-ons. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, one as a company, and you have a ridiculous amount of pools that you gotta keep track of, all these freaking options that you're giving and not doing everything for everybody, I would think that would be a pain in the ass to keep track of in the office for one.
And it's confusing for the customers.
Yeah.
The customers have to go through and choose which package they want. They got to read what's included in. How about you just do everything? One price,
I don't
do it all.
remember whose it was, just out of sheer curiosity. And I was looking through pages. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to sit here and go through all these freaking pages to get what I wanted. I can't imagine that a normal customer would. And I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way I'd be sitting there through freaking pages. It should be easy peasy. And the more options you give somebody, the more confusing it is on both ends for the customer and for you guys in the office. Yous are there. Why don't you just do the whole thing and be done with it? There's no need for a spot back. Like, why? If we're spot backing, we're scooping.
Yeah, pretty much.
If there's one little patch of dirt in one area, I'm still going to go through the whole pool.
Right.
And that's what we do with cleanings. And there's some of them that do the same thing with cleaning. They'll do a light vac 1 week, and then the next week they'll do a full vac. Huh? Come again? Like, why?
And I was brought up in the pool industry. 31 years now I've been in the pool industry, and I was brought in by old timers. One old timer in particular. He taught me how to do this. And he said, I still live by the old rules where you do everything. He didn't have packages. He said, don't do packages. Because I had heard about it back then. I had already worked for a pool company before. I had worked for a service company when I first started. And when I moved, I got with this guy who owned a store. So I got into the retail end of things.
I got shower hair.
And I had talked to him about services. We went into his office, and he had a store, but he also had a service company at one point in time, a construction company. He had all that. He had everything. He sold the service company off, sold the construction company off, and he only had the service company, or the retail store. So I became the manager of the retail store because I learned really quickly. And he and I got to sit down talking at lunch one day. We were having lunch in the office, and we were sitting and talking, and we started talking about, he said, he's like, so what have you done service wise? And I mean, I was limited at that time, and you're talking, holy shit, you're talking 20 years ago, maybe. Let's say 20 years ago, maybe even a little bit more. And I told him, I said, I've done acid washes, hadn't done a whole lot of closings at that point, but I did plumbing, I did acid washes, I did openings, I did a lot of shit. And he's like, so, have you run into packages yet? And I was like, yeah, what's up with that? He goes, it's ridiculous. He said, packages are just a confusion for the customer. That's exactly how he put it. He said, packages are confusion for the customer. He said, why would you do a package when you're there? Just do everything while you're there. And one price. He said, customers don't want to hear, well, this price is this price is this price is this. Just do it all. Give me one damn price. Make it easy. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do.
I got to send the link to Gina.
Or whatever. For what?
The grids.
Oh. So, and here's another thing. Happened to happen today. We lost a customer. Not by any means negative. They couldn't afford the pool. They couldn't afford the service. Because they bought a flipper, and the flipper needs a lot of work on the inside. There was a lot of things done that shouldn't have been done or done just to sell the house. And they said, unfortunately, right now, it's not really in the budget. We can't really justify, because of everything that needs to be done in the house, justify the pool service. We were like, that's cool. We get it. No problem.
Yep.
Well, guess what? We picked up 2 today. Picked up 2 more. So We usually pick up at least 2 on any one that gets dropped. All right. But anyway, as far as packages, the packages for openings, packages for closings, packages for services, I don't understand any of that. We don't do packages. All right. You get what you're asking for. Plain and simple.
I see Annie Banani coming behind us.
Dude, I've been out of the RC game, bro. I got out of that, closed everything down months ago, almost a year ago. I got the hell out. Yeah, don't want anything to do with it anymore, brother.
That was last year.
Yeah, got out of it. Completely out of it. Too many whiny crybabies, too much bullshit. Got out of it. And I'm way happier for it, too. Concentrating on my business, concentrating on music.
We haven't really had a whole lot of time to even touch them, even if we wanted to.
Hey, you crazy fucker. What's going on, Jerry?
Jerry, Pekka, Jerry, what's up?
But honestly, Robert, I'm way happier for being out of it. I have all my shit, but I'll be honest with you, if anybody wanted to buy it, could buy the whole fucking lot. I'm out of it. Oh yeah, Robert, I quit I closed everything down a long time ago. Oh my God, a long time ago. I want nothing to do with it anymore.
That was last year.
Yep. There was some shady shit going on, with some people that I knew, and I was like, you know what, this ain't worth it. And not to mention, I'll be honest with you, we wouldn't be able to do it right now anyway. Dude, we're so busy with swimming pools. We can't. And she opened up another company, but we're so busy with swimming pools, I wouldn't have time to do any of that.
There was a lot of money that was spent and a lot of product just in like shirts and hoodies and stuff like that a lot of people were asking for and
never ended up buying it.
Never end up getting anything. So
and we have a lot more money now.
Pretty much all of that went to anybody that wanted to grab one. I still have the tank tops for the ladies.
But yeah, anyway, we got out of it.
Yeah.
I got tired of all the bullshit, got tired of all the crybabies, got tired of all the backstabbing. I just was like, I'm done. I'm out. No, it's not worth it. So, trust me, I feel your pain. Oh, I know. That's why I got out of it, brother.
Yeah.
But anyway, so getting back to what we were talking about with pools, you guys have to understand that we don't do any of that package shit. We never have, and we never will.
There's one price for above grounds. There's one price for in-grounds.
Those are your packages. Is it an in-ground or above ground?
Yep.
That's it. For openings, closings, and services and repairs. Really, services and repairs they're slightly different, but they're not much different. But opening and closings are very different. All right? But there's no packages for services. No packages.
Nope.
There's no packages for anything that we do.
When I give you a price, that is what the price is going to be before I show up. That's going to be the price after we show up.
Now, for repairs is a little different the way we have to price that. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking really for openings and closings and services. Okay? Now, your chemicals are extra for services, but we tell you that up front because we don't know what chemicals we're going to use in your pool all that month. So you get charged for that month the following month for the chemicals. Your service stays the same. Your service is the same price. Now, the service goes by area, not by pool. Service goes by area. So if you're closer, you're one price. If we have to drive, you're another price. I mean, the price is going to be higher. Duh.
It's going to take more gas.
Right. It's more gas. It's more time on the road. So, yeah, your price is going to be higher. I mean, that's kind of common sense. But the whole point that we're trying to make here is be very careful and very vigilant of who you're dealing with and who you're using, because when they'll give you one. Here's what they're doing. They're giving you one price over the phone to get in your backyard. And then they start adding once they get in your backyard.
What you want to do is when you contact...
And I've worked for companies that have done that, so I know that for a fact.
When you contact a company for openings, closings, and even services, and you ask the price, is this going to be the end price?
Right.
Are there any add-ons?
Or say what all's included. That's your question.
Are there
what
any
all's
add-ons
included in that?
And if there's add-ons, what are they? Because they should be letting you know that up front, not getting a bill in the mail
with
a week later with extra shit.
So let's put it this way. Let's say you have a DE pool, a DE filter, or a cartridge filter, okay? They should be cleaning the cartridge or the DE. They're there. Take it the fuck apart. Clean it. You never, ever, 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 ever leave DE or dirt on a DE cartridge or a filter or a cartridge filter. Over the winter. Never. We always take them out. We clean them off really good. We put them back in. We button them nice up for the winter, and they're ready to go for spring. We don't have to touch them. You never leave that. So here's the problem. If you choose, let's just say you choose the lowest package, and that's not included, and you don't buy it when they're there, they don't get cleaned. You just ruined your grids or your cartridge, whatever the case may be. You just ruined it. Very good chance you ruined it. You either ruined it or you're real close to ruining it. It's not going to last much longer because it gets stained. Once it gets stained, it's no good after a while. It doesn't clean correctly. All right? I'm not going to go into the details, but just know that when you leave the shit on the filters over the winter, they're getting ruined. Okay? Now, a sand filter, you don't take a sand filter apart, but you do have to backwash the shit out of it. And I mean, you got to backwash it. So in the process of backwashing it, you're technically cleaning it.
And there's a lot
but you don't backwash it just for 30 seconds either. Okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of Jello. There's a lot of companies that don't even do that.
Right. There's a lot of companies that don't do that.
And those do-it-yourselfers, make sure you're doing it.
So our point in all this is be careful who you're using and make sure you're getting a full service. Don't go for the cheap package if you're not going to do anything. If you don't want to do anything, don't go for the cheap package because it's going to leave stuff for you to do. With us, one price, we do it all. Yep. We literally do everything. We take your water level. You have peace of mind knowing everything was done. And she has a checklist that she checks off everything that was done, so you know you got everything done. Okay?
And if you're on, for our regular service people, I ask for their email address because after every service,
you get a printout.
You get, well, I don't hand you the printout. You get it to your email.
That's what.
And you can do with it whatever you would like.
You can print it out, you do whatever you want, but it's all the readings.
You get
and it's everything that we did.
You get that at openings and closings. I try to stay on top of them at openings and closings. We are kind of crazy. Definitely get them during the season. If we are coming out to you for whatever reason, if you would like to have a report sent to you, I just need your email address and as much information about the pool as possible, because that information goes into the app that we have, and that way if we have to do a water test or whatnot, all that information is in there about your pool, which makes the water test more accurate.
Correct. The more accurate you are with your size and the gallonage of your pool, the more accurate your readings are going to be from the test of what needs to be done and what your readings actually are, what needs to be added. That's how it works. I think that's really all we had. Are there any questions on any of this?
So add-ons are a real thing.
Yeah, add-ons are a real thing. I mean, it's a shame.
A lot of people that we have accrued over the years have fallen victim to quite a few different companies, which is why they usually wind up coming to us, because they don't. People don't want the treatment like that. They don't want to be surprised by being told one price.
Because they don't tell you till you get out there unless you ask over the phone, and they may not be honest.
Something different.
So you really got to be careful today, man. I don't understand why they do it. Like, why would you charge extra? Just charge the regular price because you're doing everything anyway. Your closing's basically taking the same amount of time, really. I mean, like I said, the only thing that we do different is with sand filters. I backwash sand filters longer than I normally would for a service. Like after they go clean, I let them go a little bit. I'm there the same amount of time as cleaning grids or cleaning a cartridge filter. It's the same amount of time. No different. And we do everything else anyway. So it's the same price. We're not cleaning your filter grids.
And we do that during the season. If we have to take your grids out and clean them for whatever reason, we do that. We're not charging more on your service to do that.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, that's another thing. If we need to do that while we're at your service, if it's a service.
Right.
Now, if we're coming out for a problem specifically and we do that, yeah, that's an hourly charge, but that's a service call. That's different. But if we're there as a service, you're a service customer of ours, and we're there once a week or once every other week, once or bi-weekly, that's part of it. If we need to do it, we usually don't. But if we need to, we don't charge you for that.
And going off of that, do we want to do a different live on another day as to what our services during the season, what we do, and not everything, it's not one price and you get unlimited amount like we had issues a couple years ago?
We'll do that on another one.
Okay.
We'll do that on another one.
All right,
guys.
Forget what I just said.
We're gonna get. Well, we'll do that on another live because that's gonna be a little. That's gonna be another one's gonna be a little lengthy. And that's probably not gonna be. I don't think that's gonna be a pool school video. We're gonna we'll talk about that too because we had some people that used to take advantage of that, and we're gonna be talking about that. Anyway, we got to rock and roll. Everybody have a great night. Everybody be safe.
Just remember, make sure you ask questions.
Ask questions.
Whomever pool company you're using.
And if you're not sure,
what's going to be my final bill?
If you're not sure, if something doesn't sound right to you and you want to know, call us, text us, email us. Text number is 610-780-3614. Those to that phone. Email us, cvpoolpros@gmail.com if you need help. If you do call and you don't get her, make sure you leave a message or you're not going to get a call back. I promise you, you will not get a call back.
Do not constantly call.
Right.
Leave a message.
All right. So, I mean, we're always here. We're more than willing to help. But, you know, I can't help what these other companies are doing. That's just something that they do, and they've been doing it for a long time. And I've told customers, I've told people about it, and you know, I just figured I'd bring it to light because a lot of people, I don't even know if some of you check your bills. I know there was two customers that we've had so far that said, I didn't even look at my bill until you said something. I looked at my bill and I saw these extra charges. I was pissed. Yeah. So sometimes they're sneaking them in on you guys. And you guys that are just paying them, come on.
We've had a customer where they got billed. Now this is after they left a different company and came to us. They got a bill in the mail because this said company tried to say, well, we dropped chemicals off at your house.
Yeah, we don't have this customer anymore. We actually got rid of them.
Lo and behold, that person used to have security camera.
He owned a security camera company.
And he said, okay, when was it that you dropped the chemicals off? Okay, I'll get back to you. They never stepped foot on his freaking property. And he said, I beg to differ. Nobody ever came to drop off chemicals at my house.
They dropped that shit real quick.
We're not paying this bill. And as a matter of fact, this happened to us just a couple weeks ago. We have a dumpster from a company, and it automatically comes out of our account. And I just so happen, when I get the bill, because they send a bill in the mail and it just says, paid whatever. And I happened to look at it and I'm like, well, what's this $28.25 for? And I called And I looked and I'm like, okay, well, it's on the past couple bills. So apparently this has been going on for a while and I wasn't looking at it. And here we weren't supposed to be getting charged that. Our account got screwed up. And here we've been getting that charge every month for the past 2 years.
Yep.
Which then I said, I normally don't even look at my bill. I just know that it's getting paid. And I just happened to look at this and be like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Well, needless to say, 2 years of credits got to our account because we were never supposed to be charged that amount. So I've done it. So yes, make sure you look at your bills to make sure there's nothing on there that's not supposed to be on there.
Make sure you check them, guys. No joke. Make sure you check them. And like I said,
it's been happening, and it's been happening a lot.
And I'm gonna tell you something, especially up here in PA where we are, over here in the Northeast where we are. You have to understand something. These pool companies, some of them only work 6 months out of the year. Some, not us. We work 9, sometimes 10, depending on how long the summer goes. We start usually around March.
We've worked until December.
We've already closed the pool in January.
Yep.
January 4th.
Because another company screwed them over.
Yep. It was Leslie's that actually did it.
We were on vacation, and we were on vacation until the beginning of December. So.
So just please make sure you guys are checking your asking questions. And again, if you need to know what questions to ask, let us know. Hit us up. We'll help you. I don't like seeing people get screwed. I hate it. It pisses me off. But in the pool industry, especially up here in the Northeast, these companies don't work all year round. Now, we actually do work all year round. We do winter services that we offer.
Yeah, we started that last year. We started that
last year again. We started it a long time ago, but then we started it last year again. We did well with it. We also do winter repairs. We can do some repairs in the wintertime. So we kind of keep ourselves busy. Plus, Tammi has another company that we run in the wintertime. We run it all year long, but we get busier in the wintertime because people know we do pools. So we start advertising more for the winter so that she has work, which is her Believe Customs company, which you can see that on Facebook, Believe Customs. The point is, we are busy, and we stay busy, and we're getting busier and busier and busier because people are starting to see that we are honest, and we do try to help people by not overcharging. Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. We're getting busier and busier.
Miss Ashley, gonna need some eggs at some point.
At some point.
Tomorrow? Yep. Sounds good.
Thank you. What was I saying though?
I don't know.
Thanks for interrupting. Oh, we are getting busier and busier and busier, and let me tell you something. Our labor rate is higher than anybody else's. And I know that for a fact. Our labor rate is higher than anybody else's. But we're still getting busy, and nobody questions it. They just pay up.
We're the owners.
Nobody questions it. Because we're fair.
That in itself.
Yes, we're also the owners.
Is weight.
Worth its weight in gold.
Yeah,
Let me help you.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. We're going to get rocking and rolling. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Stay warm. Stay cool, or depending on what part of the country you're in. And we'll talk to you all soon. We will see you guys on the next one. All right? Keep checking back. Later.